Did you know that Chanel released a summer collection smack dab in the middle of summer? Not long before, like most design houses do. Did you know that? Well, if you didn't, and even if you did, you're going to find out more about it here today with me, Rebecca. I am a veteran of the fashion and beauty journalism industry, where I have interviewed and worked with some of the biggest names in beauty and fashion too. I have found it not fit for print beauty here for you to have a sort of beauty magazine to figuratively flip through every day or so here on YouTube. Okay, so when I heard that Chanel was releasing a new little kind of micro collection, well, I mean, it's a big enough collection. I have most of it sitting right here in front of me. But when I heard they were releasing this slightly smaller collection, I went, is this like a pre-fall thing? Because, you know, I'm used to the fact that generally you don't release the collection for that season in the middle of that season. But no, this is Chanel Summer 2024, and I do think of it as a smaller collection. Let me tell you what we got, and then, yeah, my eyes are all mismatched, you know, because I'm doing a bunch of different, we're trying out a bunch of these little ombres, the Stylo Ombres, so don't pay attention to that. You'll see all that in the demo. Look down below, but you won't see these. You won't see them yet, clickable links. These are at Chanel beauty boutiques right now, certain ones. I think they got to me in California pretty much last this time, but they've been in Europe. They've been on the East Coast for a while, and they're going to hit all stores, certainly by August. My Chanel sales associate even told me that they'll be at Ulta by I think she said August 13th, and they might be online at Chanel before that. We'll talk towards the end of this video about frustrations with that, because I do know that that is frustrating, and I am very lucky that I have a Chanel beauty boutique near me. I know that. I am very lucky. All right, I have most of the summer collection here, so let me tell you about it, and then we'll just get right into a demo with me using it. The first is they have two new, and these are all limited edition, Baum Essentiels. There is one called Moonlight Kiss, which I thought I was buying. They're $48 each, and one called Solar Glow. That's the deeper, darker one. Accidentally, I was given Solar Glow, but before you feel bad for me, I really, to use a summer reference, made lemonade out of lemons, and now would never give back the Solar Glow, which is the darker of the two. So two of them, $48, and I thought I was getting Moonlight Kiss, but I got Solar Glow, and I'm happy I did. I'll explain that when we get to the demo. Look below also for information on our Facebook group. We should be at about 200 or over now members. Such a nice group over there. Helen is heading that up for me, just simply because she's an angel, and everyone's having really good fun. Really nice people over there just chatting about beauty and beauty product releases and all sorts of stuff. We'd love to see you there. And I have a less than $5 a month membership that helps support the channel, all this crazy makeup I buy here on YouTube that I lead. We do a live once a week, and I'd love to see you there too. Plus, of course, I'm on Instagram and TikTok and Threads and all that stuff. Okay, the fun thing that a lot of people were talking about is this, for summer, is this Chanel Jardin Imaginaire, this imaginary garden blush highlight duo. This is also limited edition, and they come in 2 shade combos. I picked them both up. We have this one called Light and Berry. Yes, we will be swatching this in 2 different lights. And we have this one called Gold and Peach. These are $75 each. The Baum Essentiels for this are actually $48. Okay. And then we have the Stylo Ombre, the Chanel Stylo Ombre, a contour. There's about 6 of those, I think. I picked up 4. Don't worry, we will swatch it. I picked up Celestial Pink, Ataya, Nuage Blue, and Neon Dahlia. We're going to be looking at all of those. These are the traditional Chanel stylos that you often people rely on as their eyeliner. But they have a little bit of very refined glitter particles in them to make them sparkly. I played around with them in all these shades on both of my eyelids, so I didn't really do a cohesive look today. That's why it looks a little bit strange, but you will see that in the demo, and we'll talk about whether or not you should be using them on your waterline or to tightline, since they do have glitter particles in them. So we're going to be talking all about that, but let's first go to some swatches in two different lights. Here we are first on my arm in studio lighting. We have that Baum Essentiel in Solar Glow. Way too dark for me, but wait till you see what we do with it. We are definitely going to make the best of it. Then there is the Imaginary Garden Blush and Highlighter Duo, first in light and berry, and then in gold and peach for $75 each. And then the Stylo Ombre in Celestial Pink. You won't see that well inside. You'll see that outside. Ataya, Nuage Blue, and Neon Dahlia, which are the four that I picked up. Those are, I don't know if I said $38 each. I wanted to get all of them, but one of them is just a flat brown, and I thought I probably have a bunch of Chanel Stylos at home that are kind of a flat brown. There was a kind of a sparkly green that I kind of wanted, but the blue and the purple were so cool together, as you see from this eye look, that I didn't. Oh, I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and take these outside into the warm California sunshine. Once again, the Baum Essentiel in Solar Glow, the Imaginary Garden Blush Highlighter Duo in Light and Berry and then Gold and Peach, and then the Stylo Ombre in Celestial Pink, Ataya, Nuage Blue, and Neon Dahlia. Well, I want to try all this on. I'm going to give the blush, I'm going to do a face wash in between the blushes, but for the eyes, we're just going to go to town and paint all over. And wait till you see my solution and my thoughts on this too deep of a Baum Essentiel shade, because I think it's pretty clever if I do pat myself on the back. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, as that is the highest compliment that you can pay me, please. And let's go ahead right now to the demo. Well, when Chanel gives you lemons, this is a good summer reference, make lemonades. Chanel never gives me any lemons. But I did want the lighter shade in the Baum Essentiel and got the darker shade. So I sat here staring at it. What am I going to do with this darker shade? We're going to bronze with it. And now you think, oh, you're going to run back tomorrow and exchange it, right, Rebecca? No, I kind of like this. I mean, the Moonlit Kiss lighter version, I probably have a million just like it, right? But I don't have anything like this. And it can be used on eyes, cheeks, lips. So I thought, you know what? Oh, it's kind of a happy accident, you know? All right, let's bronze with it, right? Why not? Why not? Why not? I don't know. Let's just see if I can like take it around here, and it'll be a little shiny, but that's okay. Let's take my little, this is what I use in my Chanel cream bronzer. Let's kind of get that in there. Just kind of warm up the sides of the face. I mean, why not? It's just kind of a glowy balm. I think it's actually working. Just doing all the way around. I'm not contouring or anything. This would way too warm. Way too warm. Just kind of running it onto the cheeks, down the neck, and just kind of warming up the face with it, which, not bad. It kind of worked, didn't it? Huh. Yeah, and I think I could really use that, you guys. It's not my shade, but on the eyes and such, you know, with my skin tone, it's an actual like penny copper, like an American penny copper, and I'm actually kind of in love with the possibilities of this shade. So if you are, I'm light medium neutral, but if you are light medium or even light, think about this, the Baum Essentiel in the Solar Glow. For deeper skin tones, it's wonderful, but for light medium, I think there's some things you could do with it. It's really the color of a penny. We have other things we're putting on cheeks and such, so I bronzed with it, but let me just tell you, I think it could be kind of cool. Okay, now with the blush and highlighter, with the Imaginary Garden, the Jardin Imaginaire, I think we'll do two sides of the face and then I'll wash it so that you really can see it, okay? So let's start with, a lot of people are excited about this one. This is Light and Berry, and I think we'll use the included brush for the highlight, and I think we'll use one of my brushes for the blush. So let's go into the blush. This is a very, very kind of bright, bright blush. Kind of a lavender rose. It's actually kind of a pretty hybrid. I guess berry is a good name for it, but it's kind of a pretty hybrid between a berry shade and kind of a pinky rose purple. It's unique, I think, actually. I think this one is more unique, whereas this one coming up afterwards, this kind of coral shade, I do think well, they're calling it peach, but, sorry, I have a tickle from a brush here. But I do think that they're calling it peach, but I think it's just Chanel coral in disguise. Shh. But look at this, that's really unique. It is interesting and different and very pink, but it's not that pink that we had last summer with the whole Barbie pink. And I really tried to overdo it so that you guys could see it well, and I hope you can. And let's now go ahead. I've got brush hairs falling out here. I need to see about that. Okay, let's now use the included brush. These are really nice, these included brushes. Let's use this for this highlighter. And the reason being is I really want to put this kind of duochrome highlighter over the entire cheek look. I'm really kind of interested in this shiny cheek thing this summer. So I like that, and I like that this has, what do you think? Keep my hair off. It's behind my ears so that you guys can really see. I think I'm quite happy with that. The question is, the next shade that they're calling peach, is it really just Chanel Coral in disguise? I'm going to take this off and then we'll put it on both cheeks and we'll decide together. So stay right there. Okay, blush and highlight duo now, the Imaginaire Garden in gold and peach. Maybe this is a little different than the traditional Chanel Coral, which is has a little bit more yellow in it, doesn't it? So let's give it a try. A Wayne Goss brush again. That last one had some bristles falling out, so it's kind of itchy throughout. This is a different one, so let's see what happens. And let's see what we think. I mean, we've seen it swatched, but there's no substitute for it being onto the cheeks. This one is a lot gentler of a shade, and I'm using a more dense brush, so it's doubly more gentle than the kind of pink shade. Let's see what we think. So I'm really putting a lot of it on so that I'm overdoing it for you guys. Do I find the little compartments tough to get my brush into? No. I will say I do have to pay attention. My normal procedure of screaming at my kids while doing the laundry, while, I don't know, playing a round of mini golf while putting on makeup, probably wouldn't work because I do have to make sure that my brush stays in it. But is there really any harm if it touches the highlighter? Oh, maybe you're one of those darn perfectionists and you'll say it is. But for me, I don't really mind. So I don't see it as a problem. Okay, I'm really, really trying to overdo this now. That's pretty. But the question is it pretty? Yes, but is it unique for Chanel? In other words, if you have a collection and you're kind of a completionist and you have a lot of kind of Chanel corals, what do you think of this peach shade? I think it's a little different. I think it's a little bit deeper. I think it's a little bit more of a solid, almost like pumpkin orange. A little bit more of a fall transition shade. I think it's quite pretty, actually. And just like we used the included brush for the highlight, let me make sure I have a new one here. I want to use this included brush for this golden highlight as well, probably because I really want to just sweep it all over the cheek and all over the color. You don't have to do that. You can go ahead and just use this like a regular highlighter and just put it where the light would hit, you know, in those spots. But I've decided I'm into the shiny cheeks this summer. So that's just a Rebecca thing. How's that picking up? I kind of like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure, frankly. I'm not sure that it's entirely all of that new of a color for Chanel, but I like it with the gold highlight. I like it as a duo and I'll use it a lot. That's actually really pretty. That's actually really pretty. Do you know what? Both of them are really pretty. Because if you really went easier with that kind of the lilac-y one, what are they calling it? The berry shade. It would be very gentle, feminine, very demure. And I think the same of this one. And I think to pair this peach with the gold is very tasteful. And the same with this slightly more fun, I guess you could call it, berry shade with that kind of duochrome pinky. Yeah, I think it's really, it shows really good taste. Chanel showing good taste, what? So, yeah, I think it is. That's very pretty together. Actually, very impressed. And again, let me just state, not making lemonade out of lemons with the darker Baum Essentiel, even for my light medium. Kind of liking it. Beautiful on eyes, would be beautiful on cheeks. I bronzed with it and I think it really worked. So I've got a collection I can really travel with. Whereas the lighter, I know I sound like I'm trying to convince myself. I'm honestly not. But the lighter Moonlight Kiss would have been like so many other Baum Essentials, and I have quite a few of them that I already have. So a very happy accident. All right, let's play with these Stylo Ombre and Contour shades. I think we're going to see if we like them more, if we use them less as a liner and more as a kind of shadow stick, because they can be either. They have a little bit of glitter in them. Could you use them in the waterline or to tightline? Certainly. Are you technically supposed to put something that has glitter in the waterline or tightline? Well, no, but I mean, it depends how dangerously you live, you know? So I'm not going to, because I'm just not, but let's play around with them a little bit. 2 eyes, 4 pencils. There were more shades. I was kind of interested in the green, but I didn't get it. I'll tell you what I think is really pretty is this Celestial Pink. And this is the one that in the swatches, you probably saw a little better outside. I'm really kind of curious about this one, just kind of in the inner corner of the eye. God, that's just a really pretty color and really goes with the highlight shade and with the blush shade, the berries. Really makes me think of that. I'm just doing it on one eye. We're going to do mismatched eye looks here, guys. I'm not trying to do a look for you to copy. I'm just trying to try out the product. So I just kind of put it under the brow. I put it here. That'd be pretty underneath. I think that's one to get. It's very subtle, but it's so pretty, especially with the berries, if I'd left the berries on. Should have done an eye look with the berries on. Wasn't thinking. Okay, how about this shade here? So this is a Taya, which is a gift, right? Like a gift from God. So let's see if it's a gift. I'm going to go ahead and do, no, it looks like I'm doing a graphic liner. I'm not. I'm going to spread it out. This spreads, you know, you have a little playtime very easily and quickly. You can use a brush, but I'm very gently, I'm not pulling the skin on my eye. I'm very gently doing this. I kind of like these two together. I'm not sure they really go together, but I still kind of like them together. That's really pretty. And I mean, I know these products. I know the Stylos, the Chanel Stylos, they last very well on me. And again, could you put this into the waterline or tightline? I don't know. At your own risk, I guess. Should I be warning you? Again, they're not skipping. You know, I have heard a lot of people, many people, say that they skip. No. It kind of looked like the green one, which I didn't buy, maybe might have. I don't know. All right, but let's try this blue. I'm not generally a lover of blue. Let's try this blue. Let's go here. I'm going to go underneath the eye with this blue. It's such an aqua shade. And then let's line with it. Again, not doing a cohesive look here, you guys. I'm just kind of trying these all out. Messy there. All the way around. No cohesive look, obviously. How am I going to film my intro like this? To even myself out somehow. Okay, and then we have this Neon Dahlia shade. I love that it says neon. And let's take that Dahlia. These do work together so well. And just kind of color the lid with it. I really really feel that these glitter, I don't see it skipping, you guys, and I really feel that these glitter particles, oh, they're really pretty when they just kind of, I mean, it is a little bit of glitter. It is giving a little bit of a disco ball, but they're not sharp. They're not big particles. I actually think it's really pretty. I think the color's really pretty. You know, it's going to wash out a lot more if you shear it out with your finger or a brush. I'm just slowly building it up. Look how pretty that is. And this one too is a lot more subtle, isn't it? Let's go back in. Since I've given this eye over to this kind of blue and purple shade, let's go back in here. This is the gift shade, the Ataya. And I'm going to do a kind of a triangle there. Okay. And then I want to take that really pretty Celestial Pink shade, that's the name of it, and actually cover the lid a little bit. I'm going to actually pair those together. Yeah, to my mind, because of the colors of these, I wouldn't use these in my normal Chanel Stylo realm, which is usually just as a liner. I would use these as a bit of a shadow pencil. And the shimmer on those is very subtle, and I'm sorry, very pretty. I would love to save you money and say, yeah, I wanted to come on here and say this is just a throwaway collection from Chanel for summer. But it's not. It's quite pretty. And if you don't have to buy it all, if you're going to treat yourself to one or two of the little products from it, I think you'd get a nice little summer refresher on your makeup without breaking the bank, even though it's Chanel, because you would buy a little bit. Let me just tell you a few things of what I think. I think if I don't know enough about the Moonlight Kiss because I figured I'd see that at home. That is the lighter Baum Essentiel shade. It was very pretty, but it looked kind of similar to some of the others I have. Take that with a grain of salt because I was going to look at it better at home. But the Solar Glow is cool. And like I said, use it as a highlighter if you've got a medium to deeper skin tone. And if you've got kind of light to light medium, even into medium, bronze with it, cheeks, eyes. It's a very beautiful, true copper shade. I kind of like that. I think that these blushes are magnificent. Where'd the other one go? This is peach. You could think of it as a traditional Chanel coral, but I think it's just a bit more, especially when tastefully prepared with the presented with the gold. And this is super fun. It's that pinky purple berry without getting too electric pink. And the pairing with the kind of duochrome I think is really whimsical and sweet. And I'm actually a fan of these little stylos here. I actually think they're very pretty when done the right way. Could you wear them in the waterline? At your own risk, I suppose. I didn't find any of the glitter particles sharp, but you know, contact lens wearers, allergies, all that kind of thing. A fun little collection from Chanel just to brighten up your summer. I think it's cute as can be, and I actually am going to quite enjoy that this summer. I really am. Very pretty. Will travel really nicely, quickly, a few different looks. Good stuff from Chanel this summer. Do you disagree? Well, if you do, you can tell me, do you agree? I suppose that's even better for me, but it doesn't matter. I enjoy the dialogue. So if you disagree or agree, sound off below. Tell me what you're looking for. Go ahead and vent your frustrations. We are not a free from frustration zone here. A lot of people will go on a rant and then they're like, I'm sorry, Rebecca, I went on a rant. And I'm like, oh, no. I'm here, H-E-A-R. I'm here for the rants. You can rant and rave. Is it driving you crazy that it's so hard to get this stuff? That'll be middle of August and some will even trickle into Ulta, they say. That it will take forever for them to be on the site, that you have to hunt it down. Or do you just not mind waiting? Or does it just make you so frustrated to try to hunt down these Chanel items? I can't even link to these just yet. I mean, I will when they're more readily available, but right now, yeah, it's at a boutique and they're hard to reach. I know. All right, so go ahead and sound off if you're frustrated. That's okay too. But I'm sorry. I wish I could say to you, you don't need it anyway. It's terrible. It's not. It's really fun and it's really pretty. So, so there you go. I have to be honest, even when it might not be the way that you want me to be. Does that make sense? So let me know. I mean, this is what makes us a community. Sound off down below. Make sure that you share and like. Hey, and I look forward to seeing all of you in the next video. All right, bye-bye.